Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of longer-term technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, and more specifically, I'm going to be showing you in today's video exactly how to call the beginning of a Bitcoin bull market based on technical analysis and chart-based evidence. In this video, we're going to be discussing that because I think we can all agree that a Bitcoin bull market seems to be on the horizon. A Bitcoin bull market seems to be coming, and it's more than likely, in my opinion anyway, going to be coming before the beginning of 2020. It's probably going to start, and many of these technical patterns that I'm going to show you in today's video, I believe, are going to happen and are going to give us confirmation of bullishness before the next year begins, or at the very least, or at the very latest, I should say, by the end of Q1 of 2020. That's been my prediction for a long time. I think it's going to happen, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how to predict and call the beginning of a Bitcoin bull market in today's video, because it's going to be very important that you understand how to do this so that you are prepared to make your investments when one starts. Anyway, guys, without much further ado, I suppose we should go ahead and get right on into it. As you guys know, there is a sale going on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. You guys know that we have 30 videos in here, over 8 hours of content. If you want to learn anything about technical analysis, it's going to be in one of these videos, and if there's something in one of those videos that you don't see, if there's something you want to learn in CT2A, shoot me an email and I will probably make that video for you. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get on into it. I'll talk about that more later on in the video. Bitcoin, at the time of recording this anyway, is trading around $5,000 over here on the Coinbase exchanges. The BLX chart's a little bit different. But, of course, you guys know that I'm actually on a trip right now. I'm recording this the day before I leave, so I'm recording this on Friday. It's today. I know what day it is. Today's Friday. But everything in today's video is non-topical. It is relevant, even though I'm recording this video 2 days in advance. That's why today's video and tomorrow's video are going to be videos that are a little bit less, well, topical. Let's put it that way. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get on into it. There's several different chart patterns and technical formations, market structure things that I want to show you in today's video. One of the first one has to do with one of my favorite technical indicators in all of Bitcoin technical analysis. I just so happen to have CT2A up, so I'll go ahead and show you. There is a video in CT2A called the 20 exponential moving average, specifically because this is such an important moving average. It's about a 10-minute long video where I go into a lot of detail about this moving average, specifically this moving average, because it is so very powerful on every single time frame. This is an important technical indicator, and I love it so much, and it actually applies to what we're discussing in today's video, the beginning of bull markets. As you can see, it's our only moving average up at the moment, and Bitcoin, at the time of recording this video, has actually just recently gotten above this moving average. Of course, I'm recording this video 2 days in advance. If Bitcoin goes and jumps off a cliff while I'm gone on my little road trip, then perhaps it won't be anymore, but I think it will still probably be up above the 20 EMA. And this is a very interesting moving average, because as you can see, for the majority of 2016 and 17, in fact, except for a couple of wixes, and you guys know I like the plural of wick to be wixes. I know that's not grammatically correct. Don't sue me in the comment section. Anyway, as you can see, the majority of 2016 and 17, except for the rare wick right here, Bitcoin was always above the 20 exponential moving average. And for the majority of the duration of the 2018-19 bear market and accumulation phase, Bitcoin has actually been below the 20 exponential moving average. And if we look back here in time, when Bitcoin first got above the 20 EMA back over here in late 2015, October 2015, about halfway through the month, Bitcoin got above that 20 EMA, and Bitcoin would not fall back below that 20 exponential moving average for another 27 months or so. Bitcoin fell back below that EMA in the end of January 2018. It was over 2 years before Bitcoin fell back below that, and that's because when Bitcoin is in a bull market, it's almost always above the 20 weekly exponential moving average. Now, as you can see, there are exactly 2 times in the last several years, not including the time just a couple days ago, and also not including these fake rallies right here, where Bitcoin has actually gotten above the 20 exponential moving average. Once was right here in this little kind of preemptive rally before the bull market started, and another time was right here. And this time was the one we want to look at, because that was the confirmation of the beginning of a Bitcoin bull market. When Bitcoin got above the 20 EMA, Bitcoin entered a bull market. Now, we did, of course, see that once Bitcoin got above it and then fell back below it, and as you guys know, I've done shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin a couple days ago when you're watching this video. There is definitely a chance that Bitcoin falls over here and then starts the bull market in a couple of weeks, maybe on into a couple of months, but this is one of those moving averages that you're going to want to watch for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is below this moving average, you're not in a bull market, so don't even think you are. Bitcoin needs to be above this to be in a bull market, and currently, at the moment anyway, Bitcoin is above that. Now, moving on, there are several other technical indicators that we want to look at, several of them being moving averages that we have to discuss, and one of them that I like is actually the 50 simple moving average paired with the 20 exponential moving average. As you can see, we've had one cross on the ketchup and mustard right here in the last several years, once right there, and this was called a death cross that a lot of people were discussing back over here. It was a death cross between the 20 simple and the 20 exponent, the 20 simple and the 50 simple actually, but it's a similar thing. It's a similar story right over here. We saw a death cross down here, and that wasn't great. But if you look back in time, the last time that Bitcoin's two moving averages here, this 20 exponential right here, and the 50 simple right here, the last time those two crossed bullish just so happened to be at the very beginning of the bull market. If you look back in time and you try to discern when this 2016-17 bull market actually started, I think we can all agree that it started in October of 2015. That was when Bitcoin started moving to the upside, broke all these technicals, set these chart patterns in motion, and got Bitcoin moving in the right direction. And the last time that we saw a bullish cross between these two just so happens to coincide right with the beginning of the bull market. And if you look back in time, a similar thing happened over here. You'd have to go way back in time, but the last time that a bullish cross happened before that just so happened to be at the beginning of the bull market that started in 2012 that ran all the way through 2013 as well. So the last two times that we've seen a bullish cross between these two moving averages in the last decade, ever since you go back in time, there's only ever been two of these crosses. As you can see, you'd have to back extrapolate these two moving averages to have another cross, and that was during a bullish rally as well back in 2011. The last time that we've seen a bullish cross between these two moving averages was at the beginning of a bull market. And the only other time in recorded Bitcoin history that that has happened was also at the beginning of a bull market. So, third time's the charm. The next time these two moving averages cross, that's probably going to be around the time that a Bitcoin bull market kicks off. And that's part of the reason I believe that Bitcoin is not necessarily entering a bull market just yet. These two moving averages are too far apart. I want to see these two moving averages come together, make a nice little Bitcoin bullish baby, and then we can start moving to the upside. I want these two moving averages to cross probably somewhere over here in mid-summer to late summer of 2019, and then Bitcoin will start a bull market. I still think we're in just kind of a preemptive pump. We're going to fall over, and then we're going to move into a bull market. When these two moving averages cross, get ready to buy some Bitcoin because a Bitcoin bull market is probably about to start. Now, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and continue doing our technical analysis because there are several more technical indicators I want to show you that only show up at the beginning of a bull market. One of them would have to do with the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart. This moving average right here, we've just broken a couple days ago at the time of recording this, about 5-6 days ago when you watch this video. Of course, this video is going up a little while after that, but I'm sure you all remember when Bitcoin rallied 25% in one day. I certainly covered it, and I'm sure everyone else on YouTube did as well. Well, I know they did because I watched them cover it. But this moving average is a very, very crucial one. And you actually see a similar thing between the 20 exponential and the 50 daily happening here, the 50 weekly happening with these two moving averages as well that are on the chart right now, the Christmas colors, the 50 and the 200. But Bitcoin fell below the 200 daily moving average, this moving average, and never went back up above it. Except for about a week ago. Bitcoin did go back up above it recently. And an interesting thing shows up if you look back in time on Bitcoin. The last time that Bitcoin broke bullish above this moving average, not including this because this was in the middle of a bull market, or excuse me, in the middle of a bear market, not including that, the last time that Bitcoin went above the 200 daily moving average, lo and behold, is right back over here. When Bitcoin was moving to the upside in mid-October, same time period that we were looking at with the 20 exponential, same similar time period that we were looking at with that cross on those two moving averages. At this exact same time, Bitcoin had just entered a bull market, and this was another technical indicator that showed that Bitcoin was indeed truly entering a bull market because Bitcoin got above that 200 daily moving average, and it stayed above it. That's the important thing. Bitcoin ran up here once and then fell back below it and then got above it again. We did see this fake rally. That seems to be where we are right now, in my opinion. But when Bitcoin got above the 200 daily moving average and never once went back below it on a candlestick, never once did Bitcoin do it for another 27, 28 months until Bitcoin entered the new bear market for 2018. That was a telltale sign that Bitcoin had just entered a bull market. Now remember, during the last bull market in the second half of 2015, we did see that Bitcoin got above the 200 daily once, and then it fell back over, and then it got above it a second time, and this time right here was the bull market. That's very possible. There's definitely a good chance that Bitcoin falls over and then rallies once again above this 200 daily, maybe it moves something like that, and then we start the bull market over here in June, July, August, something like that. I think that's probably what's most likely, actually, to be honest. I think we have another 3 months or so of accumulation phase, maybe even less than that, but we'll see what comes to pass. But this is one of those moving averages that you're going to want to look out for as well. And lo and behold, if you continue looking at some of these patterns that I've been discussing with these moving averages, because crosses on them can tell you a lot, check out the last time that the 50 daily moving average crossed above the 200 daily moving average. It's been staring you in the face for the last 3 or 4 minutes as I've been discussing the 200 daily. Check this out. Look at the last time these two moving averages crossed. The last time they crossed, it was a death cross right over here on the 27th, 28th, 29th of March 2018. I made a video on this about a year ago, of course, when this happened. I remember this vividly. That was the last time we saw a cross. But the last time we saw a cross before that was a bullish cross. You guessed it, right at the beginning of the 2016-17 bull market, right there. And if you go back in time, yes, we did see a fake cross right here. But if you continue going back in time, it's quite a while before you see an actual substantive Bitcoin cross that actually meant a whole lot. Of course, we had a bullish cross right there. That didn't mean a whole lot. But if you go back in time, before that, the last time you see another Bitcoin bullish cross, you guessed it, is right around the same time that the 20 exponential weekly moving average and the 50 simple moving average on the weekly chart crossed. Right over here at the beginning of a bull market. So typically what you'll see is that when these two moving averages cross and the two that I showed you earlier cross, that is indicative of either a bull market starting or a preemptive rally moving into a new bull market starting. Watch for these two moving averages to cross because it's not going to be long before they do. This 200 daily moving average is curving to the downside. It's moving down. This 50 daily moving average is moving to the upside. And these are going to cross relatively soon, probably sometime later on this month, maybe early on in May. But this is another one of those early warning signs that you want to look out for because it will tell you when a Bitcoin bull market is starting. There's a lot of information to be gathered from these crosses. There's a lot of information to be gathered from how the market interacts with these moving averages, so you want to pay attention to them. I promise you, you will thank me if you look at these moving averages and you look at the signals they give you, because these moving averages and these crosses that I'm showing you, they don't occur very often, but when they do, they mean something, and you want to pay attention to it. Now, guys, there's several other technical indicators that I can go into. I'm going to go into one more, or maybe two more. We'll see how much time we have. Of course, I'm batch recording these videos, but I believe there is one more that I want to show you anyway. One of those would be on the weekly MACD. I want to show you something. Look at the last time that Bitcoin's MACD crossed bullish, below the zero level of the histogram. If you guys go in here to the Technical Analysis Academy, and you see that we do have the video on MACD right here, I go over MACD, the histogram, and everything. If you don't understand how MACD works, check this video out in CT2A if you're in the course. If you're not, links in the description. You know what to do. There's a coupon code down there. Anyway, the last time that we saw a bullish cross on Bitcoin's MACD, while it was below the zero level of the histogram, not including this little fake right here, was right here at the beginning of February of 2019. That was the last time we saw a weekly cross on the stochastic, on the MACD below the zero level on the histogram. Guess what? Let's go back in time and see the last time that happened. Oh, well, it happens to be at the beginning of 2015, right over here at the beginning of the accumulation phase that would last about 8 months and then see Bitcoin rally into a new bull market. About 10 months, excuse me. This lasted about 10 months. And a similar thing has happened recently. We saw that bullish cross on the MACD back over here at the beginning of 2019, which would be indicative that we are more than likely going to see a bull market start this year, because the only other time we've ever seen this happen, unless you go way back in time, and by the way, this was the same thing right at the beginning of a bull market. All these signals I'm showing you, there's been 2 major bull markets in the history of Bitcoin. All of these signals predicted both of them. That's important. Same thing happened back over here. We saw a bullish cross below the zero level on the histogram. Bull market started soon thereafter. Same thing happened in 2015. Bullish cross on the MACD below the histogram, below the zero level on the histogram. Bull market started 8 months later. Similar thing is happening right now. We saw a bullish cross on the MACD below the zero level on the histogram on the weekly chart. Bull market is probably going to be coming in the next 6 months. That's another technical indicator that you can be looking at. It's already given us our signal, so we're not really waiting on it to do anything, but it is one thing I wanted to point out, and it is a bullish technical indicator that we do want to keep our eyes on. One last thing, and this we'll call the coup de grace of the video, because we have another technical indicator that we can look at, and it would of course be the weekly RSI. You guys know I'm a big fan of the RSI. That was actually one of the first videos that we put here in the technical indicators portion of the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Right there we have RSI. I'll be doing a video on stochastic RSI in the future, but for right now we do have a video on RSI. I'm very happy with this video, by the way. We go into the calculations and everything. I go over everything you need to know about RSI. Definitely a video that you will want to see. But on the weekly RSI, something interesting shows up. And I've discussed this a couple times previously, but I haven't discussed it recently, and it would be this line right here, the 40 level on the weekly RSI. Let me show you why that's significant. The last time that we saw Bitcoin break above this 40 level on the RSI, let's see when that happened. Happened right about here. Oh, yeah, well, you remember this time period, right? Because we've been talking about it for the entire video. This time period where Bitcoin had this little false rally before the Bitcoin bull market started. Well, that just happened to coincide with Bitcoin getting above the 40 level on the RSI. Right over here, Bitcoin got above the 40 level right around here. At the beginning of that rally, Bitcoin got above the 40 level after being stuck below it for the accumulation phase and the ending of the bear market. Well, let's take a look at what's going on right now. Bitcoin reestablished the 40 level as an important level of support on the weekly RSI. Bitcoin didn't go below it as Bitcoin was not going below $6,000. But Bitcoin, of course, ended up doing so. Bitcoin fell below $6,000 and it fell below the 40 level on the weekly RSI. But Bitcoin has just recently gotten above that level once again. In just the same manner that the Bitcoin RSI got above the 40 level back over here in this fake rally right before a Bitcoin bull market started, just 8 or 9 weekly candlesticks later, just 2-3 months later, a Bitcoin bull market started. And when we did that, we saw Bitcoin come down here, test that 40 level as support, bounce off of it, and we didn't go back below it until this accumulation phase just a couple months ago. So that tells us two things. It tells us that, one, we are seeing another early warning sign of a Bitcoin bull market coming, and two, it's telling us that we are seeing a false rally, maybe the actual bull market, more than likely that same false rally that we saw in the last accumulation phase. We're seeing that play out. We're going to see Bitcoin come down here, test the 40 level, and then we're going to blast off like a rocket ship. You guys know that I've said several times now, Bitcoin ain't going to the moon this time. Bitcoin went to the moon in 2017. Guys, forget the moon. We're going to the stars. And these technical indicators are the ones that are going to help us discern when we've actually gone ahead and launched that rocket and started pointing it in the direction of Alpha Centauri. So tell me, guys, in the comment section down below if you are ready for the Bitcoin bull market, and tell me if you're going to be keeping an eye on these technical indicators and more that I've discussed in this video and in previous videos in the past. Tell me what you're going to be keeping an eye on, and tell me how you want to go about confirming when a Bitcoin bull market starts. Everybody has a different way of determining when a Bitcoin bull market starts. Of course, there are many different ways to do so. I've shown you 4 or 5 in this video, but they all tend to happen right around the same time. They all tend to tell us one thing, and they tend to tell us that a Bitcoin bull market is starting. It's much easier to discern when a Bitcoin bear market starts. It started right there, dummy. But you don't really always know all that easily when a Bitcoin bull market starts. So it's very important that you guys understand technical analysis and that you guys have a good grasp of the art of technical analysis so that you can then use that information to go apply it to your charting and figure out how you want to set up your trades and your investments, and also protect yourself in doing that and in the process. And guys, that is why I made the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. One, of course, I did it so that I can financially justify the thousands of hours I spend on the CryptoJeb YouTube channel. I enjoy every single minute of it, but time is money, guys. I do have to justify it a little bit, and the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy does help me to do that. And it also helps you to learn how to do technical analysis. You can see there's 30 videos in here, over 8 hours of content with a very low and very fair price. I think everybody who's in the course seems to think that's a very fair price, and they also seem to be very much enjoying the course. Whenever I talk about the course, there's always a couple people in the comment section down below telling people to go and buy it. And I've had not everybody who buys the course. Some people don't want to talk to me when they join the course, but a lot of people when they join the course, they email me and they say, "Hey Jeb, I like this one video. Hey Jeb, can you clarify what you meant in this video? Hey Jeb, I really want you to do a video on X, Y, or Z. Hey Jeb, I love the content. Thank you so much for making this." I have a lot of positive feedback here, guys. And I'm not saying that to sell it to you. I'm saying it because I really do enjoy what these people have to say. I really do enjoy when people go through the course. I'm not going to use any names, of course, because people have privacy. But people do seem to be greatly enjoying the course and the content that we discuss in there. Everything that we've discussed in today's video, by the way, there is an in-depth video on in the course where I discuss things. Something like gut feeling. This is one of my favorite videos in the course where I discuss the concept of that gut feeling where you feel like something's going to happen in the market. That's something that's overlooked in technical analysis a lot, but it's very important because sometimes your gut is going to tell you something that the technicals aren't telling you, and if you have a well-trained gut, then that gut will give you a very good idea of what's going to happen. You can actually counter trade what the technicals might be telling you sometimes and make money. And sometimes your gut will be telling you what technical you should listen to when there's 2 different technicals telling you a couple different things. Similar things that we've discussed in today's video also include things like the MACD, the RSI. We've discussed, we didn't discuss any wedges and pins, but we did discuss many moving averages. So if you guys need to get caught up on your technical indicators, this is a great place to do so. This is one of my favorite videos in the entire course, how to plan and execute profitable trades. This video was actually made on the request of someone who joined the course very early on in the history of CT2A. Someone said, "Well, Jeb, now we know how to do technical analysis. Now we know everything about how to read charts, but we really want to see how to actually set up trades and how to protect ourselves in these trades." So in this video, I go over 3 different example trades. You can see one of them on screen right here, where I show you guys how exactly to set up the trade, how to set your price targets, how to set your stop limits and your stop losses so that you protect yourself, and also how to use risk and reward, which is another video we have in the course right there, to protect yourself and prepare yourself for that trade before you actually get into it. Guys, there's a lot of content in the course, and if you do find yourself interested in joining the course, go ahead and join it. There's a link to do so in in the description down below. If you use the code April2019, you will get 20% off the course price. And guys, if you aren't sure whether or not you want to actually be in the course, we have a 14-day no questions asked refund policy. Go ahead, jump on in the course. You'll get 14 days to figure out whether or not you want to join the course, you want to stay in the course. And then by then, you should be able to know. And if you want, I'll give you all your money back, no questions asked. Just watch less than 30% of the course material, because I figure by that time, you will know whether or not you want to be in the course. Anyway, guys, I am rambling enough. I am currently somewhere in Tennessee, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.